And now, it's time for Healing from Within with your host, Tony Valen.
Welcome to Healing from Within. I'm your host, Tony Valen. You can contact me, Tony at TonyValen.com, or visit our website, healingfromwithin.net. Follow the show on Twitter at TVHFW. The show is also available on iTunes and YouTube. Just search Healing from Within with Tony Valen. Joining us on today's show is Kimberly Truitt. Kimberly is the owner of Enchanted Earth, located at 733 State Road 580 in Dunedin, Florida. The phone number is 727-216-6594. You can learn more about Kimberly and Enchanted Earth by going to EnchantedEarthDunedin.com. Like Enchanted Earth on Facebook. And Kimberly, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you, Tony.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming. So I'm going to start this interview, like I do with all my other guests, by asking you, what are your special gifts and talents that you offer the world?
Basically, I am an intuitive, a energy healer, and a spiritual counselor. I read tarot cards and do crystal work, although I do not read actively in the store. I have readers that do that.
You have a very unique store. Tell the listeners all about your store.
Enchanted Earth is a very magical shop. We welcome all walks of life. We specialize and cater more to the spiritual and magical needs of our community. We have an extensive range of just about anything that you would need for magical work, spell work, ritual, and you can kind of get it all like in a one-stop shop.
Absolutely. I know that one of the things that you guys offer is organic herbs. Can you tell us the types of herbs you offer?
Oh, well, yes. We have an extensive apothecary. We carry over 100 different herbs. And they're not prepackaged. They are in a jar. We weigh them out for you. You might need a tablespoon. You might need 4 ounces, whatever you need. We just weigh it out. And they're organic, fair trade, and always fresh and nice. And along with essential oils, we have over 100 different essential oils also that we carry.
What would someone use the essential oils for, besides smelling nice and whatnot? Are there specific oils for specific reasons?
Oh, yeah. There's all the essential oils have healing and magical properties to them. So you can use essential oils and herbs for healing properties. Always consult, with a physician, make sure that it's okay for you to take those herbs or oils. You can also use them for aromatherapy. You can use them in spell work for magical uses. Lots of different things. You can make smudge sticks with them. You can spell kits, little mojo bags. There's different herbs for protection, healing, love. You name it, there's an herb for it.
Absolutely. And that was one of the things I was going to ask you about, your personalized spell kits and candles. What are those kits for?
Well, we have lots of different kits. We have spell kits that you can use to get a job, to help bring the right love into your life, or maybe just spark the fire back in a romance that's already there. You can do spell kits for anything, really, anything that you need. And we have several different ones. If we don't have one, we can do one special for you. And we carry our candles. We carry A line of basic ones that we always have, which is everybody's always looking for love, money, and protection. So we have those. We have good health, healing. We have special magical candles for if someone you hold dear to you has passed. It's a transitioning to the summer lands candle. We have, fairy candles, just about anything. And then Navier actually makes our candles, and she can do special order candles. If you have a need that you need a candle for, she'll get your information from you, and she puts the intentions in the candle especially for you.
Wonderful. So the one thing that I did want the listeners to know is, how did your journey begin? How did your process of getting the store? Tell us your story.
Well, I basically, my journey began long before I got here, I think. But I grew up in a spiritual family. My grandmother was very magical. And it's just kind of a way of life that I really don't know any other way. My kids and grandchildren, it's what we do. And I worked for a long time, a teacher. I worked for a financial service. In 2002, I opened a licensed in-home daycare, and I cared for other people's children, plus my granddaughter, for 7 years. That was different, exciting, fun, but it came to an end. And I always wanted to have a little shop, and I never really knew what kind of shop I wanted to have. But one day I needed to go out and get some different things for a full moon ritual we were doing, and I found myself spending the entire day running all over Pinellas County and even into Hillsborough to get different things that I needed, because no one had everything in one place.
Wow.
And I went home and told my husband, look, you know what? I really wish Dunedin had a store where you could go to and get herbs, oils, candles, whatever you need in one place, and not have to run to every New Age metaphysical store in the county to get something. And I said, well, maybe I should open a store. And he just kind of laughed at me. And
yeah.
Then I started the spell work for that. And 2 weeks later, he handed me our life savings. So
wow.
and told me to do it. And we've been rocking out ever since.
Absolutely. And how long have you been in business?
5 years this past July.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And what are the challenges that you find every day as you work your store?
I have to think about that. I probably just the challenges that anybody else would find. You have your slow times and you stress a little. Is it going to pick up? And then next thing you know, it always comes through, and it just does. It just happens. It's just there. I can't really think of anything specific. It's a great place to be.
Wonderful. Now, the other thing I was going to ask is, I believe you kind of already answered this question, but I just want to make sure and ask it. Why own a store? Because I've talked to other people in other types of businesses that own a store, and when I tell them what are the challenges, it seems to me they list more challenges than benefits, but it seems like you don't have that issue.
No, well, the reason I opened the store was we needed one. The Purple Moon was here in Dunedin for a really, really long time, and that was kind of my go-to place. And they started filtering things out and not carrying everything about the last year they were here, so you had to run around and find everything. I was open about 6 months before they closed, but I knew that they were closing. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this. And we did it, and for obvious reasons, it's not a nonprofit. We want to make money, and I want it to be, to pay for me to live.
Right.
But it's also, I've met wonderful, wonderful people in the community. I've met so many people. I have the most amazing people working for me. We're a unit, we're a family. It's just a really cool place to be at. It's a good place to come to work at every day. If we're not busy, we're laughing, having fun. We're making magic, making spell kits, doing what we do. And sometimes we're lazy. We just build a fire and we sit out back and We do drum circles. It's a lot of fun. We do open full moon rituals. We try to give back to the community as much as we can. We're always open for suggestions. If there's something that we don't do, we want people to let us know what they'd like to see. And we've also helped a lot of people. I have letters taped up in the kitchen where the employees can read them. We'll receive letters from people that tell us how we've changed their life and show them that there's more out there.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And I was going to ask you, as this spiritual awakening is happening, have you seen an increase of the people that come to your store, the types of people from all types of walks of life?
Oh, yeah. We have all different walks of life come in our store. It's amazing the different people that come in, always new faces all the time. Different people just waking up daily saying that they know that there's more out there.
Absolutely. And I'm sure that they come for some type of help always, because it seems like every time someone comes to a psychic or into our world, it's because they're looking for some type of help or healing.
Yeah. And usually what most people don't know is everyone has abilities, everyone has gifts. And what we like to do is try to teach people, bring awareness of that fact out there, to teach people that they can heal themselves. You just have to, if you haven't been open to abilities, once you realize that everyone is born with abilities, it's just if you're open to them or not. And once you are, then you have to hone them. It's not always quick. Some people it is really quick. I've watched a young man that started coming here, I want to say about 8 months ago, he was very open and he wanted to learn. And now you can feel it from him when you're working with him. He's just that quick. It's just happening really fast for him. And then other people have to work a little harder at it. The mundane world gets in the way a lot, unless you can just live a magical life daily, which is what we do here. So it's really easy for us because we're around like-minded people who are open-minded. You can come in here and tell us everything. We've heard it all, and nothing surprises us, and we won't tell anyone they're nuts.
Right.
But you can't do that with everybody.
Yeah.
It's sometimes you're like, okay, let me just not say nothing. Be quiet for a minute. Yeah. But so everyone has the ability to use their intuition, receive messages, learn to heal themselves, learn to be a healer. It's out there and it's in the grasp. You just have to open up and let it in and hone it.
Right. Now, you said you teach people. So does that mean, do you have formal classes to teach people, or is it just on a person-to-person basis?
We have workshops every week. Almost every day of the week we have a different workshop. And we also, some people aren't comfortable in a setting with others, so we do personal one-on-one also. But we have classes all the time, all different kinds of classes.
Could you explain what a drum circle is? Because some people may not know exactly what that is.
Yeah, well, there's actually different kinds of drum circles. The drum circles that we have here are spiritual, energy-raising drum circles. It's all about feeling the heartbeat of the drum. It's like the heartbeat of Mother Earth, and grounding and opening up and just feeling the music and feeling the drum beat. And you don't even have to know how to drum. It's just people getting together in a big circle around a fire and just banging on drums. And sometimes it sounds pretty fantastic and sometimes not so much. But it's more about how it feels.
Right. It's about the feeling, yeah.
Yes, it is.
So I was going to ask you, so I know that you have a number of people that work with you. Now, there are readers, there are intuitive empaths, energy workers. Do you have people that actually do spells for people?
We do.
They do.
Yeah. Yeah. First, let me just mention with the drum circle, Jamie does our drum circles, and she is absolutely magical, and she holds a wonderful, wonderful, loving energy space for a drum circle. So I would encourage people to come out and try the drum circles, because they're not huge. They're not big like the ones on the beach and stuff. They're intimate, and they're really good. And gosh, we have 6 or 7 readers. I can't even keep up. And we do everything. Let's see, we have Colby does tarot, oracle. He's clairvoyant, claircognate, clairsentient. He is a crystal. He does readings and healings with crystals. Mm-hmm. And he's also a spiritual counselor and teaches a couple of our classes. Anne Marie Wilkinson, she is my spiritual rock. She is a Celtic Irish medicine woman, and she does Celtic medicine bags. They're pocket flats with Irish oral teaching. She does Irish palmistry, which is different than the Romany palmistry that most people are, aware of or know about. There's not really any books or anything on the Irish palmistry. It's all taught and handed down through generation. And she does journey runes, Ogham readings, and tarot and oracle. She's also a psychic intuitive, and she does past life regression. She's a certified hypnotherapist, and she also does private spiritual counseling. And then we have Joe. He is our little animal medicine man. He's a intuitive empath. He does spiritual counseling, reads tarot and oracle, and works a lot in shamanism kind of way. He's practicing to be a shaman. He does animal medicine, and we call him our positive panda. He's always, no matter what's going on, he's always upbeat and looking for a positive note for everything. So we definitely need him. And then we have Navi, who is my little hippie chick. She is an intuitive empath, a clairvoyant. She reads tarot and oracle. She does Akashic records, past lives. She's a Reiki master and teacher. She also makes my beautiful candles that we have here. And she does also, everyone does private counseling here. And then Miss Marilyn is our tea leaf reader. And she does tarot, and she is a medium. And she is the sunshine of the store. She's always smiling, always happy. And then we have Lori Newlove. She is an intuitive medium, psychic reader. She is the best astrologer that I know. And she is also a metaphysician and herbalist. And Navi is actually an herbalist also. She actually lived, Navi has been everywhere. She's been all over the world. She lived in Hawaii. She basically put a Yeti and a backpack on her back, left all her worldly goods, and traveled the world. And
wow.
Yeah, she's been to a lot of really cool magical places. She lived on an herb farm and did work for trade for school for a long time to be an herbalist.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and then on weekends and during the summer, I have my beautiful granddaughter, Allie, who is she's a natural psychic, and she does readings, and she's 12, and she has a long list of clientele, and she does beautiful energy healings, and she's just a great kid all the way around.
Wow.
And I think that covers just about everybody.
Yeah.
And we all do house blessings and clearings, and just about everyone here. But I make most of the spell kits and spell bags. Mm-hmm. But if you are coming in and, you're attached to one reader and you want them to make it for you, they're quite capable of helping you put one together yourself or making one for you.
Again, this is Tony Valen, Healing from Within. You can contact me, Tony at TonyValen.com, or visit our website, healingfromwithin.net. Follow the show on Twitter at TVHFW, and the show is also available on iTunes and YouTube. Just search Healing from Within with Tony Valen. We are talking to our guest, Kimberly Truitt. Kimberly is the owner of Enchanted Earth, located at 733 State Road 580 in Dunedin, Florida. You can contact them at 727-216-6594, or you can learn more about Kimberly and Enchanted Earth by going to EnchantedEarthDunedin.com. Like Enchanted Earth on Facebook. Now, Kimberly, we were talking about your readers, but I wanted to ask you, I was going through the material and you mentioned all your people. Colby mentions himself as and I don't know how to say this, lithomancer or stone reader?
Lithomancer, yeah.
What does that mean? What exactly is that?
Lithomancy is using crystals as a form of divination or using the energies of the crystals to do healings. Yeah,
Okay.
it is. It is very interesting.
So
And you have to have a special connection with stones and crystals to do stone readings. Because I love stones, I can feel their energies, and I carry them and use them for different things, but I would not even know where to begin to do a crystal reading.
the way I see crystals, or the way I respond to them, is whenever I love crystals too, but I can always feel when they're calling me over, and those are the ones that I either buy or pick up or find anywhere else.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you can go into a shop full of crystals, and you'll know that there's one, and you just have to keep walking around the store until you figure out which one's yelling at you.
I know that you said that Anne-Marie does past life regression. How would the process of past life regression work? What would be involved in that?
We have one of those like gravity chairs that you sit in, and you kind of lean back, and you're sitting, laying kind of comfortably, and she does. You're hypnotized, but you're completely aware of everything that's kind of going on around you. It's very different. The first time that I did this with her, I was really pleasantly surprised because I don't want to be hypnotized. I don't want to not have control of what I'm doing. Yeah. And she assured me I would be just fine, and she would make me bark or anything. And so we were good. Yeah. And yeah. At any time, if I heard something, I could have snapped out of it or anything. But she gets you into this really good, safe state of mind, and she takes you back. And I really don't even know how to explain it. It's you just, when I did it, and I've done it 2 or 3 times. I don't even remember how we got there. Something about we went into a door in a hallway, and it was kind of like a meditation thing. But the next thing you know, you are basically at another place. Wow. And she has you describe to her what you're seeing, and you go into past lives, and you see things, and sometimes you find out why you do things or have hang-ups or something in this lifetime. It's coming from something that happened in the past.
Yeah, and when you experience that, does that help you resolve the issue? Like, let's just say, for example, you're afraid of sitting with your back to a door because in a past life you were shot or stabbed in the back, and you actually relive this in the past life regression. Does that help you get over that phobia, or will that always be with you? Yeah, I do. I do believe it really does, because you can go back and see and feel and know what happened. And so then when you're back into this lifetime, you can recognize it for what it is and know that that's not where you're at now. Also, you said that the other guy that works with you, Joe, he's an animal. He does animal medicine. What does that mean? What does he do? Yes, he has an ability to. Let's see how to explain this. Like, I don't want, not like Dr. Doolittle doesn't talk to animals, but like he can feel a lot of animal energies, and he can hold like a wing or something of a bird and feel the energy of that bird. Wow. And the animal medicine is, there's a lot of animals that, let's just take a snake, for instance, because it's really easy to explain this one. They shed their skin. And when they shed the old, they have new and bright and shiny. So snakes are about transformation. And that's kind of, every animal has a significant meaning. So if you are, I don't know, you live in the same house for 10 years and you have never seen a possum walk across your driveway, and then 3 days in a row you come home from work and then a possum's walking across your driveway, you might, go see Joe or somebody and see what's going on, or, see what meaning that animal is coming into your life to bring. So does he do like pet readings, or he doesn't do that? I think he probably could. I don't know if he ever has, but
he doesn't report to me everything he does, so I might ask him about that. I never thought about that. But he probably could. I know my cat, when he comes to my house, won't get out of his lap.
Oh.
Yeah, I keep telling him she wants to go home with him, but he won't take her.
Oh. Well, you know, that's the thing about it is that I wondered if so when he does his pet, I mean, if you know, do the pets have to be there with him in person, or can he do this over the phone, or can he feel energy? Or?
I would think that we do phone readings with people, but I think with a pet they would probably have to be here in person, because when you're doing a phone reading with people, you can talk to them and you know, pick up their energy.
Yeah.
But with a pet, you know, they're not going to talk back to you. And so I would imagine he probably would have to have the animal with him.
Right.
I may be wrong, though. I'll check with him. It's something for me to make notes on and check into.
Yeah, because there's so much to learn. And Navi, now she is an Oso Zen tarot reader.
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, Osho Zen, yeah. And it's Navier. It's actually Navier, and we just call her Navi.
Navi, okay. Now, what is Oso Zen tarot? What is that? How is that different from regular tarot?
You know what? I don't think I've ever even asked her. I know there is a deck called the Osho Zen deck.
Oh.
And I don't know if that's maybe a deck she started on, or she does, but she does a lot of like Mayan stuff.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she's traveled to so many different places, and she really knows a lot about like the Eastern gods and goddesses and philosophies, and she's very, very knowledgeable. She is a very old soul, and I'm going to have to ask her. I've never asked her about that.
Are there something that you offer, I guess at your store, is a hand fasting ceremony? Can you explain that to us?
Yeah. A hand fasting is a pagan ceremony, and it's basically a wedding.
Oh.
And it is where two people do a ceremony, and we bind the couple together for a year and a day. And it, in the eyes of our community, it is just as strong and bonding as a wedding with a marriage license and everything, because you are given this promise and going into this relationship and given the promise in the eyes of the goddess. So it's just as serious to us as getting a marriage license and being married by, you know, a notary or a priest or whoever marries someone. It's just as serious. It's just as much. I don't even know how to say it, but
well, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And what I was going to ask you, so the types of weddings y'all offer, do you all offer like weddings to everyone, whether they're same-sex couples or opposite sex couples, or how does that work?
Oh, yeah, we would do a hand fasting for any two people that are in love and want to get married. We will do a hand fasting.
Oh, that's wonderful. And why a year and a day? Why is that specific?
Well, a year and a day, then they kind of have the option if they want to continue in their relationship. If they do, then we'll re-tie the cord around their hands and send them on their way. If not, they can civilly cut that cord and part amicably without dragging in lawyers and everybody else.
Oh, got it. And also the other thing you offer is palmistry. What is palmistry? I mean, I know what it is, but I don't think everyone that listens to the show is. So what is palmistry and how does it work?
Palmistry is palm reading. And like I said before, there's the Romany palm reading that most people are familiar with. And then there's Anda's Irish palmistry. And she basically reads the lines, not just the lines, but the way some fingers turn, or the way when you relax your hands, some fingers curl up. It's very in-depth. And she can tell you, she'll start off by telling you stuff that's already happened, and you'll just be amazed what she can know just by holding your hand and looking at it. And then she can tell you where you're at now and give you future readings from it.
And what about ruins? How's that? Is that
Runes.
Runes reading.
Runes.
Runes.
Yeah, a rune reading is it's a ancient form of divination. It's actually an alphabet, and each letter of the alphabet is on a stone or a piece of wood or a stick. There's lots of different types of runes, and it's just like tarot cards, but it's with these symbols instead. And runes are also used a lot in magic and spell kits, and a lot of people, you might see someone with a pendant or something on, and it has a symbol on it. A lot of people wear runes because there's like one rune that is like for money or one for protection, and there's sigils. We carve them into, like I have sigils for protection carved into the fences around the store, and you can get a rune reading. It's like getting a tarot reading, but they use this ancient alphabet to do the reading instead of cards.
How can someone who is interested in a workshop or doing a reading find information about you all?
It's top secret. Actually, let's see. You can go onto the website and look under events, and hopefully we try to get them on there about 10 days prior to the first of the month that classes are going to be in. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but we really try. If not that way, then you can call the shop and ask, or you can come into the shop and pick up a calendar.
I've been to your store before, but I hadn't been in. I didn't know if the garden area was a public area. But can you tell us about your garden area?
Oh, yeah. We have a very, very magical backyard with lots of flowers and big, beautiful oak trees for shade. And for some reason, it's always cool back there. Even in the summer when it's like so hot everywhere else, you can actually stand to sit back there. And we hold our full moon rituals back there. We hold some hand fastings back there. We events, concerts, we do lots of things back there. And also we serve coffee and tea, and you can come and get a cup of coffee and hang out in the backyard.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
So if they're looking for it, they can just go to EnchantedEarthDunedin.com and search under the events tab and get all the information.
That's right. Or just give us a call and ask us what we got going on.
And in our last remaining minutes, Kimberly, what is next for you and Enchanted Earth? What plans do you have?
Oh, our plans are basically to just continue to grow and bring awareness to the community, teach people more about coexisting and acceptance of others, and just having everyone learning to just get along and accept people for who they are, and giving people the right to live their lives peacefully and happy, and to teach people how to open up for their own gifts that they have, and just kind of bring awareness and teach peace, love, and groovy vibes.
Well, Kimberly, thank you so much for being on the show. We really appreciate you.
Oh, thank you so much. I enjoyed it.
Our thanks to Kimberly Truitt. Kimberly is the owner of Enchanted Earth, located at 733 State Road 580 in Dunedin, Florida. And Dunedin is Dunedin, Florida. Their phone number is 727-216-6594. You can learn more about Kimberly and Enchanted Earth by going to EnchantedEarthDunedin.com. And you can search under the events tab for all their workshops and classes. Like Enchanted Earth on Facebook. You are listening to Healing from Within with Tony Valen here on Blog Talk Radio, airing Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. Visit our website, healingfromwithin.net, or contact me directly, tony@tonyvalen.com. Please follow the show on Twitter, @TVHFW, and look for us on iTunes and YouTube. Just search Healing from Within with Tony Valen. Thank you so much, and love and light from all of us here at Healing from Within.